Hi, I'm Jesse. I have a lot of books and I want to share them with you. Today we're going to be looking at this box, Business Books about Product Management and Emotional Intelligence. I'm a product manager. I'm actually the head of product at a company. And so I have a lot of product management books because I like books. So that's my solution to everything. Want to learn about something, I get a bunch of books. And these are some of my favorites. I'll just go through them quickly. If you're not a product manager, this won't be that exciting, but they have a lot of lessons to teach. I think that could apply to any job. This book is called Inspired by Marty Kagan. It's a classic in the product management industry, in the tech industry, of how to create great tech products and how companies should be oriented around the product that they build and around their customers and what the actual needs are. This was a great book, and someone at work was saying they were reading it, and they mentioned something I didn't remember, and I realized they were reading the second edition, which was completely rewritten and totally different book. So I actually just read this in the past couple weeks. You can see I marked up just a couple tabs, just a few. That's a good book. Build What Matters is similar. Oh God, there's so many tabs in this. My key is that the ones on the diagonal are the important ones to actually take action from. The rest are just interesting points. But this is, again, having product management lead the vision of a company and the product driving the company's direction. Product management in practice is just very useful, how to be a product manager day to day. Interesting tidbit about this book is that it has these cute illustrations that are pretty funny. The illustrations are by someone named Jose Marzan Jr. And I actually knew of him because he was an artist on the Flash comic books, which is my favorite superhero. And I recognized the art, which is crazy. So that was just a fun thing to discover in this totally unrelated book. Product leadership, I don't remember that one. Lean B2B is part of the Lean series. That's a trend to make products quickly and test a lot and experiment. It's probably the worst summary of that, but it's pretty succinct. Here's a book specifically on hiring product managers. Very useful, extremely specific. For anyone who doesn't know what a product manager does, because when I talk to, say, my relatives, they have no idea. I help lead the vision of what the company is going to create as their product, in this case, a tech product, and manage a team of other product managers, designers, developers to actually build features and build products for the company. Okay, now we're getting into some that are not product management specific. This one's How to Be a Leader. Excellent little book. You can sort of tell how good they are by how many tabs they have. That's the main clue here. I remember getting that one at this wonderful bookstore that used to be on 57th Street. Was it Rizzoli? Yeah. And they had this beautiful second floor that wrapped around like a balcony. And they ended up closing and moving down to 28th Street or something, which is still a nice location, but not as amazing. This one's product management. Why Always Wins. I always thought this was a weird title. It's very strange. It's a graphic novel. And someone walking through a lot of advice on how to do research, how to be a product manager, how to create products. It says it's a business book focused on personal growth, facilitation skills, managing difficult people and situations for tomorrow's leaders. Hopefully for today's leaders, because I'm a leader and hopefully it applies. Radical Focus. This is all about OKRs, which is the objective and key results system that a lot of companies are using. in order to align different departments within a company and make sure they're working towards the same goals. This was nice because it's sort of a parable. It's like a short story about a real company, except they're not real, and walking through the problems that they have and how they solve them switching to the OKR system, which is nice. And speaking of that, this book is similarly structured as a parable. This isn't product management specific, but this is just great for teamwork, for learning how teams work together, the 5 dysfunctions of a team. And it has a parable of a leadership team, an executive team not getting along, and what changes they can make to better lead the company. This is an excellent book and a classic, and this author became very well known from it. It's a New York Times bestseller. He also wrote The Advantage, which I remember being good and don't remember what it's about. This is what happens when you read a lot of books sometimes. The last product management one I'll show is Roadmaps Relaunched, and this was excellent, and I actually emailed and talked to the authors for a while to tell them how good it was and how it changed the way I did product roadmaps. It has a lot of visuals, which, coming from a design background, I really like and appreciate. You can see the secret of my book boxes is that in the back I often store other books, or comic books in this case, because you have to put them somewhere, obviously. I can talk about Strengths Finder. This is like an interactive book. It's a quiz, like a 17 magazine personality quiz for business that helps you identify what your strengths are and what a philosophy of sort of, instead of focusing on your weaknesses and improving them, focusing on your strengths and leaning into them even more. So I remember getting something like strategy as a strength and communication. Yeah, that's a good one to say and hesitate before. But communicating ideas and leading a team, something like that. Of course, you don't know. I could make up anything. Okay, last thing I'm going to look at, this series here. This is just beautiful. It's just so well designed, so nice. Anyone who appreciates the design and physical feel of books will really like this series. This is from Harvard Business Review. And let's pull out this one. They're just really nice. They have tabs in them because they're good. Each one is a collection of 10 articles. They're extremely short, just a few pages, with big type and big margins, and they're very easy to read and enjoyable. And they're on all these different subjects that are part of emotional intelligence, which is sort of, people are increasingly realized is so important in business. Just how you relate to other people, how you manage, how you communicate. This one's interesting, dealing with difficult people, because you would think that means just dealing with jerks, but it actually means sort of different difficulties, like resolving conflicts, taking the stress out of stressful conversations, how to deal with a mean colleague, how to work with someone who's always stressed out, how to manage someone who thinks everything is urgent. These are really useful tidbits. And one of my favorites that I've given as gifts is Power and Impact, which is not like a how-to be powerful or have more power, but how to pay attention to power dynamics and have more impact in the company and with your coworkers. Really useful. And then you might notice, I don't know if you can see in the video, but one of these is not English. So we have Empathy, which is a great one. And then this one, Empatia. I apologize to all my Brazilian friends that my Portuguese is not very good, so I'm sorry. Obrigado. I was traveling in Sao Paulo, and in the airport gift shop, they had the whole series of these books, and I was like, this is my favorite series. I collect them. That's great. I should, as a collector's item, get one in another language, which is kind of fun. But I can't read it. It's in Portuguese. But it's neat to have as part of the collection. And if you're a book collector, you know how that feels. So that's this box: business books, product management, emotional intelligence. No matter what industry you're in, I really recommend this series of HBR books. They're excellent. You can buy them as a box set, you can buy a couple at a time, you can buy them individually, and they're really, really nice and incredibly helpful. So that's all I have for now. Like and subscribe, I appreciate it. And I'll see you soon with another series of books.